so excited to be spending some time with some of my dear, dear friends, and we are going to chat all things gut health and what the power truly of gut health is. My name is Cassie Rainey, and I'm going to share my story towards the end. I have been on the products for 8.5 years, coming up on 9 years in August. And through this amazing journey, I have gotten to witness thousands and thousands of people's stories of health transformation. And one of my most dearest friends, she is a pastor's wife and an adoptive mama. We met shortly before I began my Plexus journey, and we just instantly became dear, dear friends. And to watch what it has done in her life is truly amazing. So I'm super excited for you to get to hear from Lynsey tonight. So Lynsey, you want to jump on and share your story?
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Like I said, like Cassie said, my name is Lynsey. I have been with Plexus for about 6 years, and it has been easily one of the best decisions I made for me and my family, specifically me personally. Yes, like Cassie said, I actually met Cassie pre Plexus, just I mean like right before, and so I just have gotten this beautiful opportunity to watch my friend's story unfold, which was honestly all the testament that I needed. If it was working so well for her. Um, but I guess I'll back up and share about my story. So about 6 years ago, I was a foster mom. I had been married for a couple of years. We had just moved out of state away from all our family, and I found myself at rock bottom. I truly mean that. We were going through infertility and had gained like 120 something pounds. My husband was newly diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic. We had lost babies, and again, infertility was just a struggle. I ended up getting diagnosed with depression, and then I got diagnosed with manic anxiety, and then I got diagnosed with PCOS and endometriosis. And like it felt like every week there was like a new hit to my, like the list just kept getting longer with no end in sight. And as you ask questions or like, what can we do? Like, what are we doing? It was always like, try this medication, try this steroid, try this. Even my allergies were crazy. I think I was on 120 milligrams of Sudafed twice a day. A standard dose of that is 10 milligrams. So just do the math real quick for yourself, right? And so I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel good. I was missing tons of work. I was sleeping 12 hours a day because of the depression, and I just didn't have energy. And I so desperately wanted to be the kind of foster mom or like this fun things that you see on like Instagram and stuff, but couldn't even make the choice to do that because it wasn't even an option in my brain. I was just purely in survival mode. So when I saw Cassie posting about these products for her and her friends and how they were helping, and um, I decided after waiting too long that I needed to maybe take a leap. I had tried everything else, every other network marketing, every fad diet, every medication, every injection that you could think of. And like the list is so long. And I just was like banking on that 60-day money back guarantee. Thankfully, I did not need it because 4 weeks into taking it, my husband looked at me. I was getting emotional when I talk about this. So sorry. But my husband looked at me, and I'll never forget. He's like, for no other reason, the fact that you just slept through the night. And that was never happening. Like that just didn't happen for me in that season of life. I would sleep for 3 or 4 hours, get up, clean the house, make lasagna, go back to bed for 10 hours. Like that was kind of my routine. And um, that was the first thing that I was like, oh, I, this is life changing, but not the life changing I was expecting. Honestly, I came into Plexus just hoping to get pregnant. That was my heart's desire. I just wanted to have a baby so badly. And I did not realize at the time what gut health actually meant. When somebody told me to focus on my gut, I thought they just meant like suck in your belly. I had never heard that term ever in my entire life. And so it was truly transformation. So like the first 4 weeks I was sleeping. Next thing you know, I think the second thing I noticed and that my coworkers noticed is for the first time in like the 4 years I had worked at this place, I actually got a perfect attendance for my job, which never happened either. And so all these things that you like forget to think about, like when you have a goal in mind, you're like, I just want to get pregnant, or I just want to lose weight, or I just want to do this. Like you forget sleeping, energy, kindness, the patience. All of these things were becoming options again for me that I like had never dreamed of before. And it has radically in 6 years just changed my entire life. I do have two miracle babies now, and I'm so thankful. And Plexus will always be a part of their stories. But I also don't struggle with my mental health. I'm also off all my medication, which is, there was a lot, right? I don't struggle as much as I do with allergies during the season. We're still foster and adopter mama, adopted parents in full-time ministry. We run small businesses. My husband sits on city council. Like, and 6 years ago, I never would have thought. I don't even have the words. Like, I just never would have thought that that would have been an option for us. And so I look back and I think about if I could just tell somebody something, it would be that, like definitely have your big goal, but also remember your sleeping, your acne, your energy, all these things are going to compile and just radically change my life. Yeah, that's the very, very condensed version of that.
Oh, friend, it truly like gives me all the emotions. Like I just love you so, so very much. And to be able to just witness how God is just completely radically restored you in so, so many ways. And so it makes it, that's why we do it, right? That's why we share. That's why we show up and we share, because we love people, and getting to watch our dear friends have their lives transformed is what it's all about. And next, I'm so excited to get to share my other sweet friend, Rachel. And without Plexus, I would never know you, which is wild to me. I would be missing out greatly. She is a friend that has come into my life, and it's one of those people that just inspires me so, so much in all the ways of life. And so I'm really excited. Rachel, you want to jump on and share your story?
Yes, I'd love to. I started almost 5 years ago, and I didn't know anything about gut health when I got started, and I didn't even really have any health issues that were really bothering me at the time. I've been a blogger for more than 25 years, and so I've been working at home full time for about 19 years now since my boys were born. And I was looking for another way to make money at home because it's good to have more than one way to make money. And so I was looking to add to that, and I also wanted to support my friends that were doing that were in this business already. And so I didn't know anything about the products when I started. I had never taken them before. I didn't know anything about them. So when I signed up to take the gut health products just to see what they would do. And I also got the protein shakes. And so I took them consistently every day for about 6 months, and I lost 35 pounds. I was about 50 years old at the time, and he'd been carrying around that last baby weight for the past 10 years, and I just couldn't get rid of it. And so I lost 35 pounds, and I hadn't really shared about it very much to that point because I didn't really know what to say to people, or what to tell them, or, what to even share with them. And so the 35 pounds spoke for itself. People were asking me, what are you doing? And I'd started taking the collagen at that point, and people are like, you're glowing. Like 4 people told me that. I'm like, I don't know why I'm glowing. It must be the collagen. I don't know. But people kept asking me what I was doing. And so some friends and family joined me in my journey and started taking the products themselves. And so I kept taking the products. And so about, I would say between 6 months to 12 months in on the journey, I noticed that my skin wasn't breaking out anymore. And my skin had been breaking out my entire life, like literally my entire life. And I think that I was around 40 years old when I realized that it was dairy products that was causing my skin to break out. And so I started avoiding dairy products. And so probably close to a year into taking these products, I noticed my skin wasn't clearing or wasn't breaking out anymore. And that never happened. Like you would either be like full on just all broken out or just a little bit broken out, depending on how much I was cheating at the time, because I never gave up the cheese. I never gave up the ice cream. Like I just avoided it as much as possible. So I noticed that my skin wasn't breaking out at all. And I thought that was really strange. And I didn't at all connect it with the products I was taking. And so when I noticed that it wasn't breaking out anymore, I thought, well, something's going on. So I started adding dairy products back into my diet. I started going out for coffee more. I started eating cheese all the time. And I did that for a couple of weeks, to the point where I knew that something was different, that something had changed, because my body would have been going all kinds of crazy. And so when I started learning more about gut health so that I could talk to other people about it, I realized that by taking the products, that it had healed my gut. And then my dairy intolerance had completely gone away. And it's been about 4 years now since I've been taking Triplex every day. And I eat dairy products all the time now, whenever I want. And so that has made me more passionate about other people's issues and learning more about what is gut health related, because people are struggling with all kinds of things that are related to their gut and they don't even know, like I didn't know. So I'm passionate about helping people with that now.
Oh, Rachel, I love that. And I think that's actually something so, so important to talk about. I too had all kinds of food intolerances that I had to stay away from, had digestive issues, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder. And so much of my life was kind of just like trying to navigate through that. And I did not know the power of healing the gut and really being able to, probably not, it's not a one size fits all, but the power of healing the gut can truly change your daily circumstances. And for me, that's exactly what happened as well. So I had been going to a naturopath for several years. I had been diagnosed with an autoimmune. And so basically it was like, stay away from dairy, from gluten, from pretty much everything because it was destroying my body. My body was attacking itself. My thyroid, my adrenals were shot. I was living in a state of just like I was puffy all the time, like all the time. I was struggling with inflammation. And so, I ended up finding a doctor, a new doctor. We moved to town and started out at a naturopath. And he was like, okay, you actually can heal your body. You don't have to live in this state of always, avoiding everything. Instead, let's work at healing. It's kind of this whole idea of stop putting Band-Aids on on these huge issues. Like, let's look at healing the wounds of why you have these issues. And he is the one who actually told me about Plexus. He shared with me about the probiotic called Plexus Probio 5. And it was that product specifically that he told me could heal my gut, which in the gut lining, which and then in turn could help all of these other issues that I was struggling with. And so he told me to go find somebody that was using Plexus and I could get it from them, or to go to the website and get it. And so sure enough, I was like, oh, I've got a friend who shares Plexus. So I ordered the Triplex, which is really the gut health combo. And that is the combo that I immediately, within the first week, began to feel just, it was like the sun kind of came out from behind the clouds again. It was like, it's not an overnight miracle, but it was like for the first time in years, I had hope. I had a little bit of energy. I had a little bit of just like, okay, I'm not wanting just to lay in bed. I'm not wanting just to, or honestly, just drink a pot of coffee to even keep me upright. You know, I was at that point where I was just struggling. I was surviving my days. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to do this. Like, what do I have to lose? I'm going to do this. And I kind of gave, you know, I knew that it's going to take time. I gave myself at least 90 days. I was like, I'm going to take this every day, 90 days, no matter what. And by 90 days, I felt 100% a difference when I took my products. There was about a week where we went without our products because I did not have my order on subscription. I totally forgot to order. And we went a week without our products. And I will tell you, I immediately was like, oh my goodness, this stuff works. Like, this stuff works. And I never, ever, ever want to go without it. So that was 8.5 years ago. And there's been so many health victories. I have been able to get off my medications that my doctors had me on for my autoimmune. I have been able to get off of my mood medications, which truly I didn't even have a clue that that was possible, you guys. Like, I have struggled with anxiety and depression most of my life. And there's been waves, you know, of really hard seasons and then seasons that weren't so hard. But I did not realize that mental health and gut health are so correlated, that the gut really is what they call the second brain. And so by focusing and healing the gut, my mood began to lift. I began to feel more myself, and it just got better and better and better. So I say that because there's so many things, like Lynsey was sharing, that, you know, we might start for one thing, and what we find along the way really does surprise you. And so these products are truly, they have changed my quality of life, my daily life. But what they've also done for my husband, my family, all of my children are on the products, and they all have their own testimonies, their own stories. My husband does too. And what I will say is to just give it a shot. I was a vitamin snob, to tell you the truth. Like, I loved going to Whole Foods, and I would like be in the vitamin section for an hour reading labels and like really like comparing all the probiotics and the different, like, I've always enjoyed that. Kind of in it like I don't know, I enjoy all the research. I like it. But I was buying really high quality, expensive products that were costing me a ton of money. But what I saw was my health wasn't getting better. I wasn't addressing the root issues with the right products that my body needed. I was taking a probiotic, but what I didn't realize is that probiotic, it might have had a billion, you know, CFUs. It wasn't getting to my gut, and it wasn't the probiotics weren't able to do anything because I had such an overgrowth of yeast in my gut. And so what I love about our probiotic is that it combines the probiotics with a digestive enzyme and with an antifungal. So it's a 3-in-1 that really allows you to get all those beneficial probiotics, but they actually are going to change your health because it's addressing the yeast, and it's helping the body digest things properly so that the gut can heal. Changes everything. So I could go on and on about the products, the research, all the things, but I hope that our stories just give you a little bit of inspiration for what could be. It was someone's story. As I started, you know, getting into this, it was a story of my friend who she shared about her own autoimmune struggle, that when my doctor said, get on Plexus ProBio 5, I was like, oh, my friend's been taking that and she's had incredible results. And it triggered this thought, okay, well, if it worked for her, maybe it could work for me. And so that's why we share our stories, is these products they're for everyone. And we have had thousands and thousands of people on our team, as customers that have had results from like countless things. Everyone's stories are different. And the reason it works is because they're addressing the root issue. And we don't need a million different products. We don't need a million different, it's not hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It is very specific, targeted products that are going to help you. And so I hope that these stories were encouraging to you. I would encourage you to go connect with your Plexus friend who shared this link with you, and they can help you get started on the exact products that you need for your health goals. And yeah, we're excited for you. It's truly, truly such a gift. So thank you for being on tonight, and we just wish the best for you. All right, bye.